Hi, I'm Anna,
And I'm Ben.
and we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we are watching episode 20 of Death Note.
Yes.
Last episode, Matsuda. Matsuda.
That's a great summary of what happened last episode.
We saw L in an EMT uniform.
And Light.
Yeah, but L's looked so cute. So that's it. That's what happened last episode.
It is.
We have cameras inside of the Yotsuba organization, like the I guess close meeting, you know.
Their room that they all sit in.
Was there
One person was missing.
Yes, and we think that we were told basically that that person is dead now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it was like a 100,000 IQ brain play by him maybe, and he's actually the one with the death note, but probably not. It's probably the guy with the long hair that we've seen a couple times.
That's the person we are currently picking as the... I'm like second with the glasses guy who talked on the phone, like who is trying to get a detective to find out who L is.
Which is L.
Which is L.
Being played by...
The surprise of the lifetime.
Yeah, being played by Iber. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't really know. I can't really... it's hard to guess what's going to happen in the show. We
did realize that some of their cards are gone. Any type of Matsuda cards, where as the manager of Misa, you know, that kind of stuff, they can't use anymore. Especially to watch Misa. So that sucks. But Iber and Weddy are seemingly bringing to the table what they promised to bring to the table.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to come up with a new game plan. Now they have cameras, obviously, in the Yotsuba group. Mm-hmm. And I think we ended last episode with them finally listening in to the weekend meeting.
I believe so, yeah.
So I think from here we don't really know what L and Light are gonna do, and we don't really know what Yotsuba is gonna do, and I think we're gonna find that out within the first couple minutes of this episode.
We also had that weird scene of Light discussing about the potential of him being Kira in his head, and then talking to L about it, which I felt was like, I don't know, maybe a step towards Light potentially relearning he is Kira in a way, in like a long-term way, but I'm not sure. Not sure where that's gonna go.
I find that addition so intriguing that, of course, with the IQ that they tell us Light has, and obviously we've seen he has a lot of big brain moments. He has helped the police with investigations prior to him becoming Kira, and obviously L really trusts him. So I'm like, yeah, I think Light could figure out if past memory him really was Kira.
Yeah, it's still the debate of like him never being able to understand that you could potentially forget your memories with the Death Note, because that is so that's so magic, dude.
It's not logical.
That's a magic item, and you can't fully understand a magic item unless you have it and can read the description, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, so he definitely doesn't have any reason to think of how it could have happened, any scientific explanation for memory loss or anything like that. But he obviously knows that the ideology of Kira, he isn't too far away from. At the moment, he's like, no, I could never take advantage of someone. I could never kill someone. But I would understand why you'd want to kill this certain person or rid the world of criminals.
Yeah.
So he obviously is still himself. I'm just wondering where that would go in the future. Like, if he has more and more reason to suspect himself.
Yeah.
Will stuff like that happen, or is this more of a catalyst of the story changing and him actually becoming Kira?
I don't know. I don't know what the circumstance is going to be that he gets a Death Note back. I don't know how it's going to play out, of course. But
we weren't in the room. We weren't flies in the wall during whatever discussion Light had with Ryuk.
Yeah, we know a little bit, but not like the full plan. If
There
there's
had
full
to be a plan for
Right.
giving it to the Yotsuba group and where to go from there.
I cannot wait to see it play out. I can't wait to see like Light's like full scale, like what his bet was, like what his we're putting this into motion because I can assume all this is gonna happen, so I end up winning in the end. You know? I'm ready to watch it, you?
Yeah.
Sweet. 3, 2, 1.
Ben, what is this?
This is the right show, right?
What is this?
I feel like this is a joke. What?
Does he come back? Does Aizawa come back?
Did you see him with his glasses?
Is that like him more grown up, or was that a different person? Did you see Light screaming there?
We are rewatching that.
This like metal feel. I'm like so weird. Look at him screaming.
The editing. This.
Oh, I love this part. That's hilarious.
Sharingan L eating candy.
Sniper.
Yes!
Aizawa
Aizawa with the glasses, bro.
Misa looking so cute.
Is that pink hair?
L showing us that he's a master at fighting.
This long-haired person who looks like Light. I can't tell if it's Light or it's the famous actor. Right? Him.
Doesn't his eyes kind of look like...
So
that's a new person.
Yeah.
That's a new person.
Do you think there could be like a time skip?
Doesn't the imagery kind of make you feel like Light isn't gonna be like, it's fully, maybe his plan isn't gonna fully happen? I don't know. It seemed like Light was even kind of stressed in some of those scenes.
Any chance that it's like his plan is like 20 years in the future, I'll pick up where I left off.
Yeah.
In order to further the growth of
I have so many questions.
who should we kill next?
You see? Kira has demonstrated that we must be committed to these meetings.
Look at him. Look at how, like, specific his drawing is.
There is something very interesting in the last part of this report.
What?
Foyle's warning us that we can't afford to take L's existence too lightly. And of killings that are beneficial to Yotsuba will likely be noticed by L if they continue on Fridays and Saturdays.
At any rate, I personally think we should stop killing
Every weekend.
Does that mean every day or does that mean every other weekend?
Who should we kill?
I think we should focus on ELF insurance.
No objections.
Is this for real? How can they do this so easily?
Potential candidate is Santoro Zenzai, a member of the Kunim to suffer a stroke resulting in natural death. Any objections? No objections.
We can only be completely sure after those people they've named are dead.
Is that going to be an issue? Like, the moral obligation not to try to save their lives right now?
And we'll definitely be able to catch Kira.
I think L's worry is he can't tell which one it is.
Yeah.
That's just immoral.
Right.
Here it comes. You're making this difficult. If we were to take action now, everything we've done will go to waste.
I need to reach one of these men and have them stop these murders.
Please hold on. That will cause suspicion. We can't afford such a huge setback seeing how far we've come. In order to catch Kira, we are going to need some solid proof.
Ryuzaki, if one of these 7 men is in fact Kira, would it be safe to say that if I try calling one of them, the odds of that person actually being Kira is going to be 1 in 7?
A probability of 2 in 7 at most.
I'm going to pose as L. Judging from their conversation so far, the one least likely to be Kira, but with the most influence is Namikawa.
The execs of our rival companies and be done with it.
Reiji Namikawa, head of the Yotsuba Group's marketing department. Listen carefully, but don't draw attention to yourself. I am L.
So is he not Kira?
The first thing you discussed was Hatori's death.
He's been watching everything.
Let's make a deal.
A deal?
I need you to delay the deaths of ELS president and Mr. Sensei by 1 month.
Okay.
is to join L. No, I'll be dead if Kira manages to find out. What should I do?
So he's not Kira.
My
He's not
long-haired
Kira.
pick is not Kira.
I'm planning to go one-on-one against Kira.
Listen, if I win against Kira, you'll be acquitted of all charges.
Just play along with both parties. Staying on the sidelines would be best.
You would only be at a loss if I decided to arrest you right here and now.
Damn it. He already knew what answer I would have given.
That's all for now.
Right. I'll see you Monday then. And the men from ELF. We'll give Coil 1 month to reveal L's identity. Then we'll give him another month to investigate and repeat the process.
Once we kill L, there won't be anything standing in our way. But until then, we need to be careful.
That one guy was suspicious, though. You saw his face,
Yeah,
right?
I did.
L, this should satisfy you for now.
We'll still be meeting.
We just got to see Light playing as L.
Not only did you manage to delay the killings, but you also set up Namikawa as a potential mole for us. Sounded exactly like the sort of thing I would do, and you thought of it quicker than I did.
Yeah.
If I end up dying somehow, it's quite possible that you would be capable of succeeding me. You actually might be more capable than I am. I honestly believe you could take this on. If I should die, would you take over for me as L?
He's talking like he feels like he might die or something.
I
Or is he
know.
just... I don't know.
Do you think he's like willing to maybe put himself more at risk if Light agrees to it?
Does he think that maybe for this plan to succeed, to pick out whoever Kira is, he needs to actually be found as L?
Maybe.
If he is Kira and just playing innocent, he's sure to say yes.
It's a game.
What are you talking about? I see. Ryuzaki, but I'm gonna have to tell everyone what you're really thinking right now. Either I'm just pretending I'm not him and putting on an act, or Kira's power has passed on from me to someone else. He's trying to determine which of either is
Holy shit.
Ryuzaki still believes that I'm Kira. Even if that power had been passed to someone else, he thinks that I would have planned to have it returned to me once I'm safe from
Oh my god.
In other words,
I'm doing the same thing with my toes right now.
to pass on the power and arrange for it to come back to me once I've been cleared.
Impressive. You figured out exactly what I've been thinking all this time.
And you're right.
Once I steal L's title, I will become Kira again.
Correct.
And you're thinking I could do it? No, that I would do it. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
If this is all an act, and you are trying to steal my identity, there's no chance you would be foolish enough to reveal your plan in front of everyone.
That I'm actually capable of becoming a murderer? Kira? Do I seem like that kind of person to you?
Yes, you do. I've always thought so.
Another fight?
Anyway, let's focus on catching the Kira that's in front of us right now.
Is there no chance or nothing that could ever prove to L that Light could be innocent?
I don't think so.
If all they have is a tenuous connection with him, then Kira will kill them as soon as they're arrested.
That's so
That's
true.
so-
he
that's
could
so
have a tap
true.
in that room too.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I believe it's still far too early for us to make our move. Excuse me, but I think from now on I should go after Kira by myself. Huh? You can conduct your investigation under your own direction. Feel free to arrest those men if you like. I will be carrying on my own investigation. We'll only get into arguments if we don't split up and act separately at this point. This is holdups. I wonder who will succeed.
Ryuzaki, where are you going?
To Amania's room.
Light! I didn't know we were supposed to have a date. Oh, right, I should have known.
So then, if you had to choose between Light and Kira, who would you pick?
What? That's obvious. Of course it's gonna be Light.
He says he wants to catch Kira. Now, what will you do?
Well, if that's what Light says, then I'm gonna support him no matter what.
Work with Light on this investigation. Would you take the offer?
What? Ryuzaki?
Yeah, of course I would.
Misa could be their lead to finding Elle. Then they'll say that they want to meet her to discuss their advertising campaign. They'll use that opportunity to question her.
That puts Misa at so much of a risk, dude.
We can't do that.
Why not?
This plan is too risky. Who knows what could happen to you?
Oh, you care about me.
But something like this if it's for you, Light.
She was pretty good at putting on a show with
She's
Matsuda.
great.
How far they'll be willing to go to get that information.
No problemo. I promise I won't say anything, even if they torture me.
You forget that if we win against Kira, Misa won't die. As long as we're handcuffed together, you and I share the same fate. Either we lose and both die together, or we successfully catch Kira. Which is it?
We catch Kira
Yeah!
without Light.
Yes, that would be dark.
Cut it out! This is just crazy!
We're running out of time, and I'm starting to get desperate. I've turned to her because I know her bravery and love for you is boundless.
Do you really mean I think I totally misunderstood you all this time. I even called you a pervert.
Misa is indisputably the most perfect and worthy woman for life.
Oh, look at his face!
I could actually fall for you. Now I've gained yet another friend.
So cute.
Of course, any friend of Light's is a friend of mine as well. Let's together.
What is this?
I would gladly die if it were for you, Light.
And everybody's watching this.
Logistics of arranging. I don't suppose you two have any ideas. Mogi?
I guess he didn't think of it too logically.
Oh,
How he was gonna,
my
especially when they
God.
aren't police anymore.
All right, that episode is nuts, man. Oh my God. Do you have any thoughts initially?
So I don't think that. Well, Kira is not the long-haired guy because we heard his internal dialogue.
Correct.
I thought that if we hadn't heard his internal dialogue, that what he
be.
says on the phone really means nothing to me.
Yeah.
But the guy next to him that was suspicious of his phone call also would not think that he's Kira, but he could be Kira because he was so suspicious of the phone call.
Yes.
So that could be it. I think he has like brown hair, no glasses, like light brown hair, no glasses, and he kind of looked like really bewildered when the long-haired guy got off the phone.
I agree with you.
So like that could either be that he thinks something suspicious is happening, or he's Kira and he feels like, shit, I need to pay attention to this. This looks like trouble.
Yeah. I don't think it was right when he got off the phone, correct? I thought it was while he was on the phone.
Like right when he was hanging up. It was like right before he hung up. That guy looked at him, asked something. Was it right after this?
Maybe?
Maybe?
I thought it was earlier.
It might have been. He gave 2 looks. He gave like an initial.
Him, this
there we
one,
go.
this
That look. Doesn't that kind of look like he? I mean, that'd be interesting if the one that was picked is to be Kira is the one that actually probably has the most anxiety about getting caught.
Yeah.
Because they're the one literally writing the names down.
Man, I knew that it was inevitable, and I know that, like, it can't change. The fact that, like, Elle and Light can't be happily ever after. I know that. But it's so hard to accept sometimes, because it's, like, in the moment when Light is, like, exposing Elle's, like, real plan, in asking if he would take over for him, like, there's nothing that could ever happen to make Elle not suspect Light. Nothing.
Right. I mean, like, he can suspect him for not currently being Kira, or, like, you know, like, he has 2 ideas. One is that Light is in acting right now and is currently Kira, and one that he has no memory of it now. Who knows if he can get memory of it back?
Yeah, but even if for the sake of, like, the discussion, if Light was not Kira, then there is no route that Light could take to make Elle believe him. Because Elle entertaining the idea that Light could have lost his memories momentarily just to gain them back after he took the position of Elle means that there is no way of knowing the truth. There's no chance.
And, like, is it Elle's deductive skills that he really doesn't, like, it's a really strong feeling in him that he really does think Light's Kira, or is it still in that kind of, is he going to, he doesn't want to admit, he has the pride that he doesn't want to think of it being, he's willing to think that someone else is Kira right now and Light lost his memories, but he's not willing to say, maybe even with just pride, that there's no way Light was ever related to it.
I mean, it's probably a little bit of both. I think that, like, to L, he's 100% certain that at one point L was Kira, and it's like, I thought that it was like he was mainly thinking, oh, you might have been under the control of a third party who is now controlling these people, but I was kind of blown away that L put the idea like that Light gave up his memory and will get it back. Like that was crazy to me. I don't think we've ever heard him say anything like that.
That
right?
was the first time anyone's ever brought up something that we actually think is the case like that.
Yeah.
That Light has some sort of deal with Ryuk or Rem to get a Death Note back.
Yeah, which is insane. And I if I'm honest, I didn't even think. Do you think Light's actually trying? Like, his initial plan was to do this to steal L's identity.
He could have Rem could have suggested to the person in Yotsuba that she gave the Death Note to that their goal should be to try to find out who L is, which would then make me think it's the dark-haired glasses man who tried to get the detective to find out who L is. So maybe that was the plan all along, was to find out, while Light doesn't have memories, L's identity, no matter how long it takes, to kind of find out who he is, kill him off, and then...
Yeah.
Like, what if that's the plan? Kill L and then give the Death Note back to Light. Yeah, like, that was what L thought.
Ryuzaki's theory is that once I steal L's title, I will become Kira again.
What if that was Light's plan? I mean, they think very similarly, right? That totally could have been his plan.
It just makes me sad at the same time, because I'm like, damn it, they can't just be friends. Like, there does not exist a reality where L doesn't suspect Light.
Unfortunately, if it weren't for, like, magic and Death Notes, if they had met through Light actually becoming a detective or police officer, maybe they could have met. Yeah. Light would have been the one. So you remember when, like, all of the police officers were leaving the case? Mm-hmm. Light wouldn't have. Yeah. You know, he probably would have joined the task force like his dad.
So do you think that they are branching off? Like, I obviously don't know about Light at this point because of the scene we just saw, but do you think that like Chief Yagami and the others are going to branch off? Yeah. This last scene that it was like, I'm going to be challenging. Do you guys have any ideas? I'm like...
It's like he really sat down, and these two were just staring and everything. Yeah. But, like, it's like, Chief Yagami was kind of just like, okay, if I actually think my plan's better, then I need to think of the logistics of it.
Yeah.
And they don't really have power to arrest people anymore because they are former police.
And they don't have... I think maybe if they had Light, that's one thing. But the fact that L and Light have to stay in the same room... Like,
it's kind of like, oh, our trump card is gone.
Yeah.
Like, our one person that we thought could help us against basically proving that L was wrong here. Let's talk about what L brought up about the idea that Kira might not even be in that room, or he could be 2 to 7 of them.
That's such a good idea. Like, a good idea to bring into the world. I don't think he's 2 to 7 of them, because obviously we have the information that he does not.
But the also idea, having a surveillance.
That's a great idea.
Oh my god. Okay. What if so that guy seemed really like had a lot of anxiety in his like facial expression that he was making at the long-haired guy. What if he is like a wiretap pawn for the real Kira? And he's there to be in the meetings. And
there to offer up these certain identities who he wants dead, right?
Yeah. So it could be 2 people are basically working together for this. Yeah. But he's the pawn. He's the person that can get into the meetings.
Who was the person who suggested the names?
There's like, I think they came up with a report beforehand because it all looks like they have the same notes in front of them. I think
that was the report that L gave to them.
Oh, well, they picked up the list of names of the people from the ELF that they wanted to kill.
Look at his little slimy face.
It looks like I don't know. Either he's nervous because he's Kira, but he doesn't have like a confidence or a cockiness about him.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting because I feel like Light might have picked a specific type of person before losing his memory on purpose. And see, he's the one that was more facial expression changed when they brought up that L might be able to identify.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like he's way more emotionally affected by the things that are said about L in the meeting, or any idea that like Kira might be caught.
Watching L almost eat these sugar cubes.
I think those were all sugar cubes.
That was the best thing in the world. Okay, before end discussion
If it's
or
that
anything.
beginning intro.
How the?
Are none of the Yotsuba group in this intro?
I don't know.
It's interesting. It makes me feel like none of them are actually the main character.
Doesn't
Doesn't that like further that idea?
Yes. I don't know what drugs the person who made this intro were on.
It's amazing. It's like
but I need to be on them as well.
60s like
This was such a sexual intro for Misa, bro. Like I'm like count the times, man. Like
every time they show her, she's kind of like on a bed of roses or like
that's.
blushing.
I hope she dyes her hair pink.
I also hope she dyes her hair pink.
Cool fight scene. Yeah, like what?
Also, Ryuk with
very
an
sexual
apple.
for Ryuk.
Very, very sexual scene for Ryuk as well. Rem isn't in this.
Rem is not in this, and I definitely want to pause on, this.
I thought the movie star had lighter hair.
I agree. It. I don't know.
What if they're telling us that?
Is this
like
the character who is secretly Kira right now? Is this Light in the future?
The eyes are such a light color. Like Light's eyes are very red brown.
But that could be because of the glasses, though. Here.
Yeah. But also, like, Light did get his hair grew a little bit longer when he was in prison, so maybe it's not, like, weird that he would grow his hair out again.
Yeah. But,
they
okay,
could
this
age.
looks, if this
you know,
is Light,
could
this
take
is
a while.
older. Yeah.
Like you said, like, who knows? What if it's, like, 20 years in the future that he was supposed to get the Death Note back or something?
That would be so kick-ass, dude.
Like, what if this whole time he's really innocently investigating Kira with L?
What, like, the whole time he's like, the only way that I for sure will not be caught is if it's a ridiculous amount of time that I don't have it.
And that gives a ridiculous amount of time to find out L's real name and everything.
Yeah. Who's this in the background?
I think that's Light walking. It's like he's walking this way and this guy's passing him. And that's why I was thinking at first that is a more grown-up version of him.
Oh, so you think both of these are Light?
Well, yeah, that was, because it started with Light walking. Like, this is Light walking.
Right?
Yeah.
Do we know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. White coat Light. Looking down. Walking.
Walking past this person.
It looks like Light.
You're right, it could be a totally different person.
It could definitely be a totally different person.
I mean, that's
Who's
a totally
this?
different person.
Yeah.
It was just weird to me
Is
how
that
similar
Misa?
they looked.
That'd be the biggest change in character that's ever happened. Don't know who that is.
That person is...
Maybe it is Light, not the one that we were saying looked like Light in the future. Maybe this is Light walking. L and Light do take different routes and investigations, and all these people are L's new team. And they're all spying on Light to see what he's doing, to watch him.
I mean, that's a good... I like that. But that guy had this air of like,
Who is this?
That person has like, see how they're drawn so like white and yellow-eyed compared to like Light's drawn very dark with red eyes?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like maybe that's gonna be... What if L does die? And a new person kind of fills those shoes to catch
Maybe.
Kira that's not...
1000% this is the scene we're gonna get when Light gets his memories back, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Do you see the visual of that, dude? Yeah, look, it's him getting his memories back, right?
Yeah, and he's like screaming from... What, like, was that jail cell? Was that when he was locked up?
These are all like the moments that happened. So like he gets them back. This is him writing his pen. This
That's
is
someone
all,
dying.
all of his memories. What's up, people?
That looked like one of the prisoners dying.
Yeah.
There was L was in there in his eyes or something.
I wonder if it's him getting Shikigami eyes. The blue roses, the blood on them.
Blue roses. Why do I feel like that was also in the first intro?
I don't know.
Maybe it's just because they drew Misa with blue.
Is this the world or is this the Shikigami realm?
I think it's the Shinigami realm.
Shinigami realm, sorry. The blue roses, dude. Blue's obviously like L's color, right?
Yeah, but I guess right now it would probably also... It's weird that Misa also gets that color when she's the second Kira.
Yeah.
I feel like Misa should be all in red too, but I guess they make Misa pink.
Did you see Matsuda at all?
Yeah, Matsuda like shoots a gun.
Oh, okay.
But obviously I think Aizawa comes back.
I hope. He looks like such a badass, dude.
Like, look at them being best friends, you know? I don't want to.
They are not best friends, I don't think, anymore. There's so much animosity, bro. I hate it. I hate that there is, but there's so much animosity.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, why would Light want to be friends? Innocent Light. Why would Innocent Light want to be friends with someone who still thinks that he's Kira and would murder all those people? Mm-hmm. I mean, like, he literally asked Elle straight up, do I really look like someone who would kill a bunch of people? And Elle was like, yeah, I've always thought that. So, like, I don't think you could be friends with someone who thinks that about you. Not that that affects how Elle treats him, but still.
I agree.
Interesting how Misa said that it was mainly about Light, and that if Light decided that Light wanted to capture Kira, she would not hold it against him, she wouldn't be angry, or try to stop him.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, and there has been more time now, especially with her memories gone, for her to kind of attach to Light. Because the only thing she remembers is that she came out of that situation with love and almost like obsessive love for Light.
Yeah.
It's probably the one thing that she can hold on to that was true throughout that whole time. Probably makes that emotion even stronger.
I don't know where we go from here, man. There's only, how many episodes? 35 or something?
37.
37?
I think.
I'm scared. I don't want the show to ever end.
I didn't think we'd get a new opening. I did not think that.
What did you think about it? I really liked it. The first...
It was so different.
It's so... I think that it had to be, right? Like, the first opening is so iconic. And so, like... I will hear that song for the rest of my life.
I find it so strange that I've never seen this, like, before now.
Mm.
Because I just feel like I'm like, this show's been around and been so popular for so long that I'm surprised I've never seen any of the visuals in this opening.
Me too. I'm surprised that I've never heard the song before either.
Thank goodness for all the people that didn't spoil it.
Yeah. Oh, I liked it.
Me too.
All right, that's all I have, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.